2 days ago, I had this nice, simple life. And now it's a nightmare.
If travel is searching and home has been found, I'm not stopping.
Who are you?
My name is Sarah Connor. Never seen one like you before. Almost human.
I am human. Why do you care what happens to her?
Because I was her.
How do we win?
We win by keeping you alive.
I'm going hunting.
Hey guys, StarCraft here, and as you just saw a bit ago, that Terminator Dark Fate trailer, good lord, that looks good. Now, I gotta make this very clear. Terminator is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I watched Terminator when I was, well, the TV I'd say anyway, when I was 5 years old. And I always remember, I would always have this little robe and I would run downstairs like I was Kyle Reese, just watching it and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, I knew almost everything about those movies, at least again as far as the TV eyes go, which for the most part the stuff they took out were the stuff that would make it R-rated, but nothing real plot-wise anyway. And while some stuff still went right over my head as a kid, looking back though, I'm so surprised I was able to understand as much as I did. To the point where I was devastated when my parents wouldn't take me to see Terminator 2, but eventually when it came on VHS, they got me it. They got me the big box set that includes Terminator 1, Terminator 2, and the behind the scenes, a VHS that contains all the behind the scenes featurettes for 1 and 2. And I've always been just a huge fan ever since. Anything that's Terminator, I consume. The novels, maybe not all the comics, but at least enough. Like RoboCop vs. Terminator, I love that. I played the games. I never bought one, but I played it for the Genisys version, the better version, I might add. And yeah, again, when it comes to Terminator, I'm just always that. I mean, Arnold's still one of my favorite action heroes of all time. And to the point where when Terminator 3 came out, I was a bit hyped at first, especially once it made clear that Cameron had given his blessing and all that. And when I saw it, I pretty much enjoyed it. I'm one of those who actually enjoyed it. Felt like a logical continuation. As I always said, for being made without Cameron's involvement, it is damn good. And obviously though, at the end though, here's the thing people always complain about that movie. Oh, but it made it be Judgment Day, it was going to happen. The way I always thought was this. When Terminator 1 and 2 happened, we relied more on hardware to do our running. And when the Skynet was based in hardware, you can just blow it up and destroy it. But it became more and more reliant on making things software related, like the internet and all that. Once Skynet became software, you can't stop software. It's like the Terminator, the T-850 said, Judgment Day is inevitable. Meaning the more we rely on machines, the more likely it's still going to happen. And yeah, I mean, it made a lot of ways that made sense. And then the way it ended leading right into Judgment Day. But on its own, it's still, because they weren't going into that movie with a trilogy in mind. It was just meant to be the third movie and make it a trilogy and lead into Judgment Day. And I thought, yeah, they took out Linda and Sarah Connor, but they still had to be that she still left a bit of a legacy and all that. You still had, a great John, and Claire was, Kate was also a great character. Again, there was just so much to like about that movie. Terminator Salvation, for what it was being set during the war, I like. And Christian Bale's John Connor and how it actually still played up with stuff from Terminator 3, I did enjoy, for the most part. But at the end, though, it never got resolved. Although, if you want resolution, I highly recommend the J. Michael Straczynski Terminator maxi 12 issues maxi series. I believe it was Final Battle. I believe that is good. It actually wraps up everything, ties into Terminators 1, 2, and 3, and again, just resolves all the plot points, even giving some explanation or may put some nice twist on moments. Because as far as it was concerned, it basically wrapped up everything from that timeline, starting from the very first movie. And J. Michael Straczynski did a fantastic job doing that. Then when you come into Terminator Genisys, however, yeah, I still enjoyed it. I hated that they revealed the twist. Before it was trying to actually do something drastic, and Cameron gave it thumbs up initially on it. I did not mind it whatsoever. But it went way too off in its own direction, if you ask me. And for what it wasn't horrible, but it is, it's still what it is. I mean, again, just like Terminator Salvation, supposed to be start of a trilogy, never went anywhere. Really, how can you do a trilogy off of how Genisys ended? I don't know. But enough about all the past movies. Let's talk about Terminator Dark Fate. Cameron's big return as both a producer and a writer, or at least a plotter anyway, involved. And as you just saw, like, good lord, like I said before, it looked good. And I gotta say, I'm just blanking out her name right now. Mackenzie something, the actress, the main actress. Everyone kept saying, "Oh, looks like a boy" and all that. She does look like a woman. She looks like a tough soldier woman in this. And now we see why, as we find out she's a badass, yeah, but she's also a possible Terminator. So given how, according to casting, there's going to be a younger version, it sounds like she's a Terminator that's evolving, that can actually age and grow up, which is interesting. We have, and I'm forgetting again the other actress's name right now, but the one who's basically being in the Sarah Connor role, well, one, Sarah actually says, "I was her." But I'm curious on why she's so important and where's John in all this. But again, I'm sure there's going to be questions that'll be answered either in other trailers or whatnot, but for what it is, again, it looks awesome. And then you have the new threat. Now, a little kitty cat, once and pointed out that he looks super, super soy. I can kind of see that looking at it, but for the most part, he still seems intimidated. And the idea that he's basically what you take a trueness of taking a Terminator T1000 and T800 together and have it be that one, they're two-in-one Terminator. You have the exoskeleton that can still operate, then you have the T1000 portion, the skin, that can form off and then be on his own thing, which I find awesome. And then again, Sarah's entrance is fantastic. Linda Hamilton's big return just seems so, again, beyond amazing. It's still great to see her back, and it doesn't feel like she's missed a beat. She still feels like she's that tough girl, but the fact that she's now in the "come with me if you want to live" type moment, she better say that line. She better say that line. It's so fitting. It is just so fitting, and I get it. It's so much emphasis on women in this, but for one, if you're gonna have Sarah being the main hero role, makes sense. If you're gonna have another person that's in the Sarah's role of being the victim, makes sense. And having to be a female good Terminator, even though you're still gonna have Arnold, again, some of it just feels like a natural lead up. And then of course you have Arnold here, although apparently there's still gonna be a T850 that looks like his younger self. They're gonna pull up what they did in Genisys, same stunt double and everything. But then Arnold is playing the model for the Terminators. One, a lot better than that Sergeant Candy from Terminator 3 deleted scene. Thank God, went out there with that annoying voice. But the other thing is, Sarah teaming up with the guy actually dates back to the Terminator 2 novel trilogy, where Sarah teamed up with the guy who basically was the event future model for the Terminator, and they helped to stop things down. And I think Cameron had some involvement with those novels. And I'm just blanking out on who wrote those. I think Steve Perry or someone like that. I forget. I'll probably play this thing right here. But the fact that they're playing off of that, wow. And again, a lot of the action is what's good. We don't get much answers, except we just know this is what the situation is going on, and it looks good. It looks really good. And again, you have Cameron back. Legitimately, he's back. He's not just handing it on to someone else. No, he is legitimately back, and is helping, making sure that this is apparently supposed to be the final movie. It's not supposed to be the start of a trilogy. This is supposed to cap off the story as far as he's concerned. I'm not sure how this feels like that, but I am interested. And if he's back for one last go, then who better to close it out? So, I just wanted to get this out, but instead of doing my usual ending, I'm going to end with also the behind-the-scenes featurette featuring James, all about the behind-the-scenes of the movie. It's shorter than the trailer itself, but still, better note to end out, a great note to end out on. So, see you guys later.
How do we win?
We win by keeping you alive.
Terminator Dark Fate is the direct sequel to Terminator 2. We pick up the characters that we knew from Terminator 2 and we carry them forward.
We get to continue the story with Jim back in the writing and the producing chair. He knows the material like nobody else. I think for fans of the franchise, the biggest thing is that Linda's returning.
People love this character. People love Sarah.
She's back. Being back is wonderful. Sarah's a force to be reckoned with, and I was ready to explore that.
I'm delighted to work again with Linda Hamilton, to work with Cameron, Tim Miller, and with all the new cast.
This new film has recaptured that tone of those first two films. It's gritty, it's fast, it's intense. And it's just a white-knuckle ride.